Hello! By now, students should already know the basics of drawing random lines, circles, and arcs using the Draw tool. However, as engineers, drawings must be accurate. So in this topic, we will learn how to create accurate drawings using AutoCAD. So in this lesson, we will learn about prompt sequence, relative coordinates, ortho, tracking, and OSNAP. So let's go. Okay, so firstly, you need to understand the importance of prompt sequence. When a tool is called, a long sequence of prompts occur at the command line. So the prompts appear in the command line box and ask the user for a selection or numeric input so that a command sequence can be completed. For example here, the circle command was chosen to demonstrate the various input and prompt sequences that are typical with AutoCAD commands. As you enter circle, you will be asked, how would you like to start drawing the circle? You can either specify a center point for the circle or specify other inputs such as 3 points, 2 points, or tangent radius. Now let's try an example. In this exercise, we will draw 3 circles with different kinds of inputs. Circle number 1 will have a radius of 50 located on the center point coordinate 90, 210. Circle number 2 has a radius of 50 on a center point coordinate of 270, 210. While circle number 3 has a big radius of 75 and it is tangent to circles 1 and 2. So firstly, let's start drawing the first circle. Alright, now to draw the first circle, you type in CIRCLE in the command line and press enter. It will then ask you to specify the center point for the circle. So you would type 90, 210 and enter. And it will ask you to specify the radius of the circle. The radius of our first circle is 50, so we type 50 and enter. So there we have our first circle. So don't worry if you cannot find your circle on the AutoCAD. You can simply just zoom in by typing ZOM and enter. And then you can choose all or type A and press enter again. And AutoCAD will zoom into your object that has been drawn. So our next circle, circle number 2, we type in CIRCLE again and enter. And then it will ask to specify the center point of the circle. So we know that the center point that we need is 270, 210. I press enter, and then again it will ask me to specify the radius of the circle. So we want a radius of the circle to be 50, so I type 50 and enter. So now I have 2 circles in front of me. So now let's draw the third circle. The third circle, to do this, again you type CIRCLE and enter. And then instead of specifying the center point for the circle, we now choose the tangent radius. So you can click on the TTR or just simply type T and enter. And then now it will ask you to specify the point on object for the first tangent of circle. So what you do now here is you click on the first circle anywhere here. Just click on there. And then next it will say to specify the point on object for the second tangent of circle. You will click on the second circle right here. And now the prompt sequence is asking me to specify the radius of the circle. Now the radius of a circle is 75, so I type 75 and enter. And there you go. I have my 3 circles which look like the Mickey Mouse symbol. So can you see that with enough information, you can accurately create this drawing with ease? Alright, the next topic is relative coordinates. In all of our previous exercises of entering coordinate points, it is known as absolute coordinate. So for a relative coordinate, the x and y figures always start with the alias symbol before the numbers. But firstly, you need to understand a few rules or conventions related to relative coordinates. When working in coordinate units, the positive x value will move horizontally to the right. A positive y value will move vertically outwards. If you have a negative x value, it will move horizontally to the left, while a negative y value moves vertically downwards. All figures, the angles, are preceded by the angle symbol, and the default direction in which angles in degrees are measured is counterclockwise. So now let's try the following exercise of relative coordinate entry using the line tool, and you will see it even clearer. Now let's try out this example. Remember, these notes are in my Padlet for easy viewing. Now I'm going to quickly demonstrate this. So using the command line, LINE, enter, I will specify the first point. The first point here is 50, 260. So 50, 260, and enter. So that is my point there on AutoCAD. Now specify the next point. My next point is alias 70, 0. I type alias 70, 0. Now this is going to make it move 7 units to the right and 0 units upwards or downwards. So if I enter there is my horizontal line, 70 units to the right from the original position. Now my next point is, I will type alias 10, negative 40. Now this means that it will move 10 units to the right and 40 units downward. If I enter that, that is where my next point is. So I can go on to all the points and finish up the drawing. So next point is, next, I'm going to share with you how to perfectly draw horizontal and vertical lines using the tool Ortho. The Ortho tool can be switched on and off by simply clicking on the Ortho button in the status bar at the bottom of the AutoCAD screen. Or you can alternatively press F8 to get the same results. When the Ortho mode is on, lines can be added to a drawing only in a horizontal or vertical direction, which means that you can only move up, down, left, or right only. So try it. The next very important AutoCAD tool is called the Object Snap, or OSNAP in short. The OSNAP is used to specify a precise location on an object. For example, it can display midpoints, center points, quadrant point, insertion point, endpoint, and etc., which make the drafting and drawing process effective. Now, suppose that you wish to draw a line from the center of this circle to the midpoint of this line. Make sure that the OSNAP button at the bottom of the screen is turned on. The shortcut key is F3. But before that, you need to set up what are the items that you want the object to snap. Now you do this by typing OSNAP or just OS, and then a dialog box will appear like this. In this dialog box, you can choose the items that you wish to use. In this case, I've selected endpoint, midpoint, and center, and I press OK. Once that is done, you can call the line tool to draw your line. As you move your cursor close to the circle, it will immediately show you the center of the circle, which you can quickly click on a snap. And then as you move your cursor close to the line, it will tell you the exact location of the midpoint of that line. So that is how you create an accurate drawing. Now, you may select whichever points you want to snap on an object. And here are the list of your options with its meanings in more detail. I hope that you are still with me. Now, let's try a short exercise. In about 30 minutes, try to construct this drawing using the tools that you have learned so far. And in our next lesson, we will be covering polylines, polygons, and rectangles. Thank you for watching.